Federal judge let doctors into child migrant detention centers, quickly. A federal judge has ordered U.S. Customs and Border Protection to permit health experts into detention facilities holding migrant children to ensure they're safe. The order encompasses all facilities in the CBP's El Paso and Rio Grande Valley sectors, which are the subject of a lawsuit. Last week, lawyers asked U.S. District Judge Dolly G. and order immediate improvements at the facilities. The lawyers are part children. G., who sits on the federal bench in California, made the ruling Friday, despite Attorney General William Barr and other defendants' request that the court set. G set a deadline of July 12 for the parties to file. The detention centers have become a political volleyball, with critics likening them to concentration camps and torture facilities, while supporters say they're necessary to an effective immigration policy. At issue is the 1997 Flores Agreement, which sets standards for detaining child migrants and requires the government to release children to their parents, adult relatives, or licensed programs without unnecessary delay. The judge cited a July 2015 order chronicling widespread plaintiffs. The judge wrote in the order that she is aware that a sudden influx of migrants presents challenges and that the conditions at the facilities are not static, but the 1997 agreement demands defendants compose a plan outlining its efforts to if. Among the detention centers in question is a Clint, Texas, facility that reporters toured on Wednesday, but were barred from taking any photographs or video. While Border Patrol officials showed journalists pallets of food, boxes of toiletries and children playing soccer and braiding hair, typical. Lawyers in Flores v. Barr presented as a Dr. Dolly Lucio Sevier, who interviewed 39 children, likened the conditions in the detention centers to torture.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.